The Arctic is not just a frozen wasteland, it is the ultimate graveyard for ordinary machines. But humanity refuses to stay indoors. To conquer the most unforgiving terrain on Earth, engineers have created mechanical monsters that defy the laws of physics. We are talking about beasts that float on water, crush ice walls, and carry entire crews through blizzards that would freeze a man in seconds. You might think you know off-road vehicles, but trust me, you have never seen anything like this. Which one of these could survive a zombie apocalypse? Let us know in the comments below. Buckle up, hit that subscribe button right now, and prepare to be blown away. These are 9 insane Arctic off-road vehicles built to conquer ice and snow that you won't believe actually exist. Kicking off our list is a compact powerhouse from Russia that bridges the gap between a tractor and an ATV, the Tinger C500. While many light utility vehicles struggle in deep snow, the C500 is engineered specifically for the swamps and taiga of Siberia. It sits on 2 reinforced 500mm wide continuous tracks. These tracks are key to its performance, creating an incredibly low ground pressure of just 0.05 kilograms per square centimeter. This means it doesn't dig into the snow, it floats on top of it, gliding where heavy trucks would instantly sink and get stuck. Under the hood, the C500 ditches the small ATV engines for a robust automotive-grade engine, typically a reliable Sherry 3 or 4-cylinder unit producing around 57 to 68 horsepower depending on the specific trim. This is paired with a continuously variable transmission, CVT, which ensures torque is delivered smoothly without shifting gears, a critical feature when momentum is the only thing keeping you moving in powder snow. It boasts a towing capacity of nearly 800 kilograms, 1,700 lbs, making it a workhorse for hauling logs, supplies, or rescue equipment in remote villages. But its best trick is its amphibious capability. The Tinger C500 features a seamless high-density polyethylene HDPE body that is completely watertight. If you encounter a frozen lake with thin ice, you don't have to turn back. You drive right in. The tracks act as paddles, propelling the vehicle through the water at about 3 miles per hour. It's not a speedboat, but it gets you across. For adventurers and workers who need a machine small enough to trailer but tough enough to float, the Tinger C500 is a verified survival tool. Next, we have the machine chosen to replace the legendary small unit support vehicle for the US Army, the BAE Systems Beowulf. Manufactured by BAE Systems Hägglunds in Sweden, this is technically known as the BVS-10 Beowulf. It is an unarmored, tracked, articulated all-terrain vehicle. The articulated design is what makes it unstoppable. It consists of a front cabin and a rear car connected by a hydraulic steering mechanism. This allows the vehicle to snake over obstacles, keeping its tracks on the ground even when climbing over jagged ice ridges or massive rocks. The Beowulf is a beast of logistics. It won the U.S. Army's Cold Weather All-Terrain Vehicle (CATV) competition because of its sheer capability. Powered by a massive 6.7-liter Cummins diesel engine, it delivers ample power to both the front and rear units. Unlike its armored military cousins, the Beowulf is lighter, allowing for a higher payload capacity of up to 8,000 kilograms, over 17,000 lbs. It can traverse snow, swamps, and soft soil with ease, thanks to wide rubber tracks that minimize ground pressure. Crucially, the Beowulf is fully amphibious without any special preparation. It can plunge into freezing waters and swim at roughly 4 knots. The cabin is designed with large windows for situational awareness and a high-capacity heating system essential for Arctic warfare. Its modular rear section can be fitted as a troop carrier, ambulance, or cargo hauler. This isn't just a Sno-Cat. It is a strategic asset that ensures troops and supplies can move when the thermometer drops to -50 degrees Fahrenheit. We cannot talk about Arctic vehicles without honoring the American legend, the Tucker Sno-Cat. Originating from Medford, Oregon, this machine is famous for its role in the 1957 Commonwealth Trans-Antarctic Expedition. The Tucker is instantly recognizable by its 4 independent track systems, known as pontoons. Unlike modern machines that use flat tracks, the Tucker's steel tracks rotate around large, hollow pontoons. These pontoons provide buoyancy in soft snow and in some historical models even allowed for limited floating on water, though they are primarily for snow flotation. The engineering brilliance of the Tucker lies in its steering and traction. It uses a fifth-wheel steering system where the front and rear axles pivot, similar to how a car turns but with tracks. This means the tracks are always facing the direction of travel, reducing friction and preserving the trail. Power typically came from Chrysler Industrial Hemi V8s in the classic models, providing the low-end grunt needed to pull heavy sled trains across the Antarctic plateau. The steel cleats on the tracks are designed to bite into hard-packed ice, offering traction that rubber tracks often struggle to match. Today, restored Tucker Sno-Cats are highly prized. They are still used for grooming snowmobile trails and accessing remote utility towers on mountain peaks. The design is so robust that many 60-year-old models are still running with their original parts. While they lack the speed of modern ATVs, the Tucker Sno-Cat remains a symbol of mechanical endurance. It proved that to conquer the poles, you didn't need high-tech computers. You needed American steel and a brilliant pontoon design. Moving to a modern Russian marvel, we have the Shatun ATV. It is crucial to distinguish this from the famous Sherp. While they look similar with their gigantic low-pressure tires, the Shatun uses an articulated steering system, a fracture frame, whereas the Sherp is a skid-steer, tank-turn vehicle. The Shatun's body is split in two, allowing the front and rear sections to twist independently. This articulation ensures that all four wheels stay in contact with the ground, providing superior traction on uneven ice blocks and fallen trees. The tires are the defining feature. They are enormous, ultra-low-pressure tires that act as the vehicle's suspension. There are no springs or shock absorbers. The tires swallow the bumps. Powering the Shatun is a reliable Japanese Kubota V1505 diesel engine. It's a 1.5-liter, 44-horsepower engine, chosen for fuel efficiency and reliability rather than speed. Top speed is only about 45 km/h on land, but range is king in the Arctic. The Shatun can idle for days and sip fuel, keeping the crew warm. Like others on this list, the Shatun is amphibious. The tires contain enough air volume to float the vehicle high in the water, and the tire treads act as paddles. The articulated steering is a huge advantage when exiting water onto ice. The driver can wiggle the front end onto the ice shelf to find grip, a maneuver that rigid vehicles often fail at. With a vertical step climbing ability of over 1 meter, the Shatun is designed for surveyors and geologists who need to cross terrain where literally no road exists. Taking innovation a step further is the Rusak EV3-F4, a vehicle that brings hybrid technology to the frozen tundra. Developed by the KM project in Russia, the Rusak K8 is a heavy amphibious transporter designed for the extreme north. Its EV3-F4 configuration features 8 low-pressure tires, but the drivetrain is what makes it unique. It employs a diesel-electric hybrid system. A small conventional engine, often a 1.2L Nissan or similar, acts solely as a generator, charging batteries which then power electric motors driving the wheels. This hybrid approach solves several Arctic problems. First, electric drive provides instant torque at 0 RPM, crucial for crawling out of deep snow. Second, the system eliminates heavy mechanical transmissions and drive shafts, saving weight. Third, it provides redundancy. If the main generator fails, the battery buffer can still move the vehicle for a short distance. The Rusak is also built with a duralumin body to prevent corrosion and keep weight down. The 8-wheel layout ensures that ground pressure is minimal, protecting the fragile tundra vegetation. It is fully amphibious, using water jets for propulsion at speeds up to 10 km/h in water. The vehicle is insulated to operate in temperatures ranging from +40 to 50 degrees Celsius. The Rusak 888 proves that hybrid engines aren't just for saving gas in the city. They are a viable high-torque solution for surviving the harshest environments on the planet. Now for the heavy artillery. The Kamaz Arktika is a prototype created by Russia's largest truck manufacturer specifically to open up the Arctic territories. Available in 6x6 and massive 8x8 configurations, this is not a standard truck modified for snow, it is a ground-up build. The most striking feature is its articulated frame. Because the tires are so wide, over 1 meter specifically for flotation, they cannot turn inside the wheel wells like a normal truck. Therefore, the entire front of the truck pivots relative to the rear to steer. The engine options for the Arktika include the classic Kamaz V8 or a modern inline-6 turbo diesel capable of hauling up to 13 tons of cargo. The ground clearance is immense, allowing it to straddle snowdrifts. The tires feature adjustable pressure, allowing the driver to deflate them from the cab to increase the contact patch on soft snow, then reinflate them for harder ice roads. This flotation ability is critical to prevent the 30-ton vehicle from sinking. The Arktika carries a dedicated living module behind the cab. This is a fully autonomous survival pod with beds, a galley, a shower, and a power generator. It allows a crew of 3 to live comfortably for weeks without outside support. This vehicle is designed for the Northern Sea Route infrastructure projects, proving that when you need to move mountains in the Arctic, you bring a Kamaz. From slow giants to the world's fastest dual-tracked vehicle, the Ripsaw EV3-F4. Manufactured by Howe & Howe in Maine, USA, the Ripsaw started as a military project but evolved into a high-end luxury vehicle for civilians. The EV3-F4 stands for Extreme Vehicle 3, Floating 4, Seater. While floating here refers to the suspension feel, not water buoyancy, though it can wade, the machine is an engineering marvel. It is powered by a Duramax 6.6L V8 turbo diesel, often tuned to produce upwards of 800 horsepower and 500 lb-ft of torque. The suspension is the star of the show. It features roughly 16 inches of travel, allowing the Ripsaw to hit speeds of over 60 miles per hour on rough terrain. The tracks are made of high-strength rubber, not steel, which allows for these high speeds without tearing up the vehicle. It is widely considered the supercar of tanks. The cockpit floats on air suspension separate from the chassis, isolating the passengers from the violence of the terrain below. Inside, you find Bose aviation headsets, gull-wing doors, and a thermal night vision camera. It's an expensive toy costing hundreds of thousands of dollars, but it offers performance that no other tracked vehicle can touch. It can drift on ice, jump snowbanks, and climb 70-degree gradients. For the adrenaline junkie who wants to dominate the winter landscape rather than just survive it, the Ripsaw is the ultimate weapon. The Torsus Praetorian holds the title of the world's first heavy-duty off-road bus. Manufactured by Torsus in the Czech Republic, it is built on a heavily upgraded MAN truck chassis. This ensures that parts and service are available worldwide, a key factor for reliability. The Praetorian is designed to carry up to 35 personnel into mining sites, ski resorts, or disaster zones. It is powered by a 6.9-liter MAN diesel engine producing 290 horsepower and roughly 150 newton-meters of torque. The drivetrain is a permanent 4x4 with locking differentials on the front and rear axles, plus an interaxle lock. This means all wheels turn at the same speed, providing maximum grip on slippery ice. It sits on Michelin off-road tires and features a ground clearance of 400 millimeters. The body is coated in a Line-X-style protective polymer to resist scratches and ice buildup. The Praetorian is verified to climb 65% inclines and wade through 900 meters of water. Inside, the seats are special off-road seats with 3-point seat belts to keep passengers secure when the bus is tilting sideways on a snowy mountain pass. It replaces the need for a fleet of SUVs, offering a single, robust solution for moving people in the Arctic. It is rugged, safe, and undeniably impressive to see in action. Concluding our list is the accessible hero, the Argo Frontier 650 AD8. Made in Ontario, Canada, Argo is the world leader in XTVs, extreme terrain vehicles. The Frontier 650 is powered by a reliable Briggs & Stratton Vanguard V-twin air-cooled engine, producing around 23 horsepower. It might sound small compared to the Kamaz, but the vehicle is incredibly light. It uses an 8-wheel drive system where all wheels are chain-driven. For Arctic use, the Argo is almost always fitted with its optional rubber tracks. These tracks wrap around the tires, turning the 888 into a tracked vehicle with essentially zero ground pressure. This allows it to float on top of deep powder snow where a human would sink to their waist. The Admiral transmission allows for progressive steering, braking the inner wheels to turn the vehicle within its own length. It is fully amphibious, capable of swimming across breaks in the ice. The body is a vacuum-formed polyethylene tub, making it durable and rust-proof. It can carry up to 6 people on land. For hunters, ice fishermen, and cabin owners, the Argo is the most practical and verified tool for winter travel. It proves that you don't need $1 million budget to conquer the ice, you just need verified Canadian engineering. From the hybrid technology of the Rusak to the sheer speed of the Ripsaw and the heavy-duty capacity of the Kamaz Arktika, these machines represent the pinnacle of human ingenuity in the face of nature's freezer. They are verified, real, and ready for the apocalypse. But I have to ask, if you were stranded in a whiteout blizzard, which one of these 9 beasts would you trust with your life? Would you go for the massive Kamaz house on wheels or the agile Shatun ATV? Let me know your choice in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Arctic tech, please hit that like button and subscribe. We have more extreme engineering coming your way. Stay warm, and I'll see you in the next video.